Hi, I'm Rob McGee and I'm from Sustainability Trust. I'm here because your organisation has decided to take a stand against all the waste that's currently ending up in our landfills and in our oceans, whilst also embedding sustainable practices throughout your organisation. But before I do that, I want to take you on a journey that starts 2,500 years ago.
In China, when the first bricks of the Great Wall of China were being built, over the course of history, the Great Wall of China has become the largest man-made structure in the world. If we were to build it today, it would start here in New Zealand, cross the Tasman Sea to the far west coast of Australia, and you'd still be 600 kilometres short. In fact, in total it's roughly 6,000 kilometres long. But in only 120 years, it has been superseded by these. It's what's referred to as the plastic garbage islands. All the plastic that ends up in the ocean is generally channeled into 5 main tidal systems, known as gyres. Take the one closest to us, the Pacific Gyre for example. This area alone is estimated to contain 100 million tonnes of plastic. And if this was on land, it would cover an area 6 times the size of New Zealand. So just how wasteful are we here in New Zealand? A recent study carried out by the World Bank rated New Zealand the 10th most wasteful country in the world. And as far as developed nations go, we are number 1. This is a prize we don't need to have.
So what are we going to do about it? Well, aside from taking action in the home, the office is the other obvious place to tackle. Did you realise that commercial waste makes up to 1/3 of the waste that ends up in our landfills? The Your Sustainable Workplace programme can help you with this. It's a comprehensive programme designed to help minimise the waste that you send to landfill whilst embedding sustainable practice throughout. So the good news is, office waste is very similar to the waste you have at home, apart from larger quantities, especially in areas like paper. Quick fact, did you know the average office worker can use up to 10,000 sheets of paper every year?
By working collectively, as an organisation, you can make a bigger impact. First things first, we have assessed your waste in order to create a roadmap and set you on a path to zero waste.
And this roadmap is based on 3 tried and tested steps. It's what makes up the waste hierarchy. It's reduce, reuse and recycle.
Reduce.
Quite simply, how can your workplace reduce the linear flow of stuff that comes into your office? We have assessed the areas that needlessly produce waste, as well as recommending sustainable alternatives.
Including paper, waste from IT and printing, external suppliers, including cleaning products, paper towels, and catering supplies. For example, did you realise, by adjusting your printer settings, you can reduce that mountain of paper by half? Reuse. The next step on the waste hierarchy. This is all about getting the most out of everything you use. A bit like a cat with 9 lives. There are many things that we use in the workplace every day that can have more than one life and can be used over and over again.
The humble coffee cup is helping Kiwis get their caffeine fix every day, but that comes at a price. 295 million single-use cups end up in landfill every year. But there is a solution. By providing all your staff with a reusable cup, you are helping to significantly reduce that number.
So if every employee has access to a goose tray, every piece of paper used on one side gets another life.
I think that can be used again.
Simple solutions done on a larger scale can make a big impact. Recycle. We have carried out a full review of your waste processes, starting from your desk and going all the way to the waste service providers and the places where it ends up, to make sure that as much as possible ends up here and as little as possible ends up here. From your waste collection to your cleaners and your bins, these systems are now set up to make sure that everything as possible can be recycled.
So recycling is key in this process, but like many great plans, there is a but. Due to volatile overseas markets and lack of onshore recycling facilities.
Just south of Thames is a city of plastic, a sprawling wasteland growing daily. Paper, cardboard, altogether 4,000 tonnes.
So that is why reduce and reuse is vital in your mission to minimise the waste that you send to landfill whilst maximising your impact on the environment.
So what does your sustainable workplace look like? It's a workplace that has optimised its printing to use as little paper as possible, defaulting to double-sided, follow-me printing and using as few pieces of paper as possible. Has ensured that everything that comes into the workplace is responsibly sourced. Has replaced single-use items with reusable ones and introduced a bank for all staff to access, including containers for food. Reusable coffee cups, bags, has provided employees with individual tools for waste reduction, including desk caddies and goose trays. Key to this is removing the not so innocent general waste bin. This is your number one offender in the fight against waste. Introduce waste stations throughout the office that are clearly signed and separate each waste stream for recycling. Has set up a waste minimisation plan, ensuring workplace waste minimisation links with your cleaners and service providers. Includes waste minimisation in company policy and induction. Systems are only as good as the people that use them. Therefore, we have made sure that your cleaners and those involved in waste removal are educated in the new processes. There is nothing worse than going to all that trouble of setting up these new systems and it all ends up in landfill. It's also about the people in the organisation. So we have helped to set up a green team. The green team members are your champions. These are the people who are going to take the process, run with them and make sure they are working. They are also there to help answer any questions about the new systems.
The health and the well-being of the planet has a direct impact on the people that live on it. This is also true for your workplaces. By putting some time and energy into creating a healthy working environment, this has a direct impact on the people that work there.
New Zealanders want this. A recent nationwide study has identified that both your customers and your employees want you to be taking action to be more sustainable.
69% of Kiwis are willing to pay a bit more for them to get the best organic, sustainable and ethically produced products available. And 83% would stop buying a company's product if they heard about them being irresponsible or unethical. 72% of Kiwis would like to work for organisations that are socially and environmentally responsible. And 64% would actually be willing to be paid a bit less if an organisation had strong values.
The future is zero waste, and the future is happening now. It seems like every day we're hearing of new commitments being made by large organisations, cities, and even whole countries to ban single-use plastics.
As a government, we will be phasing out single-use plastic bags in New Zealand.
After 5 long years of research and development and expeditions and prototypes, now finally this September we're launching the world's first ocean cleanup system.
And this is hope. One young entrepreneur's hard work and determination has resulted in the Great Ocean Cleanup, the first large-scale operation to clean up the Great Pacific Garbage Patch.
Closer to home, we have organisations like Sustainable Coastlines doing amazing work with volunteers to clear the rubbish from New Zealand's beaches. But great as they are not going to stop that rubbish ending up back in our oceans. The only way we can do that is by working together, in our homes, in our communities and in our workplaces, to truly create a sustainable future.